You can tell what we've been doing. It's all over us. So we've been painting this room. We went on and decided to paint it since we were having to paint this side too. We just decided to go ahead and paint the whole room because if you know my wife, she hated that color. So we're repainting this color, which to me is pretty close. We won't say nothing. But it's all over us. Let's see if we can find Misty. See if you can see what she's done. Hey, we got that painted though. It looks good. All this looks good. We got one piece up there that we're going to be replacing and putting the molding on. But this room is almost done. Almost done. Let's see. Look, you think I'm bad? Look at her. Look, this renovation's got her gray headed. It's cold today, and I know people laugh, especially all you northerner folks that watch us. Is we have 100% humidity always. So like, I think it's actually the humidity rate right now at 28 to 30 degrees, and tonight's supposed to be in the teens. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 15s as we wake up, and the next day is supposed to be, the low is like 9. That's crazy. Gotta do some chores, and we've got to go back inside, and Miss Mac is still working on the rooms. The renovation, the bottom floor is finally done, which is the stuff that we had to put the staircase in and things like that. We'll show you a little of that.
Sheetrock dust is up. Woo woo! Painted. So I'm gonna give y'all a reveal of what this turned out like. Now we've not gotten the door back up here, which is probably my favorite, the barn style stained door, because I still have, this is so white it'll almost blind you. But we wanted it white and clean, kind of a fresh look. But I have to come in, and I'm going to show y'all this when I'm done. I'm going to sand the edges of this down and just kind of break up some of the white and give it that kind of rusticy look. I'll also be doing the same thing to this cabinet here, which I have to finish staining this up here at the top. But all of this front sections will be stained. It's going to turn out pretty. And we got the whole room painted. The girls' room is still a disaster. So once we get done sanding these projects and cleaning up, getting the door back on there, the next objective is to get this mess cleaned up, and it is a mess. Livy is hanging out in the living room. The other kids are gone for the morning. They're having a cousin day. So Livy is, she watching TV.
I actually, we have hay out, and our cows do have grass, which is crazy. As cold as it is, our ryegrass has done really good. Second pass of ryegrass has done actually phenomenally well, and fescue is still hanging on, and some clover and things like that. But it's enough grass to where they can graze. You see it's green. They can graze, but still have hay out. But what I've been doing is we've been feeding just a little bit extra, just giving them some non-GMO feed, some extra minerals, some alfalfa, because it's cold and we're just trying to keep their protein levels up. We've got a protein bucket out too, especially because we feel, when cows have calves, they're vulnerable, their babies are vulnerable, and every cow wants to have a calf when it's cold and miserable and nasty and wet as it's being.
This shelf is done. Now starting here down, I have doors that are going to go on that, but I want to show y'all the detail. I haven't cleaned, and then I knocked the camera off. I haven't cleaned up. It's still dirty. See that? But I'm working on it. But I wanted to show y'all the detail of sanding. It just really gives it that rusticy old look. So there's some detail sanding. Some people like that look. Some people don't. I love that look. So I have a wood piece up there. I've sanded that down. I've got all my shelves done. Just the edges is what I've done. I'm working on this side of this room in here. So I've got the top done. I did a little edge in there because this is actually going to be hooks. We're going to put hooks up there for the girls to hang their jackets. This will actually be doors down here too, that will be sanded and put on. And then I've got to sand those down. And then of course over here I mentioned to y'all this would be the barn door. There's our sets of doors for here. Of course, it'll look somewhat like this. As the whole shelf.
We've been feeding a little bit every day just to give them a little boost. Make sure the babies are okay, make sure the mamas are okay, so the babies are not bringing them down. Nellie is still hanging on. She's not had her calf. It's supposed to be miserably cold the next 2 days, so I hope she'll hang off and not have a calf the next 2 days. I hope she waits about 4 or 5 days. I've got like 3 layers of clothes on, coveralls, and 2 hats because I'm cold. I'm sorry if you think I'm a sissy. If you're from the north, I might be, but it's cold out here. Even got my hunting gloves on. Ain't that crazy? So we're gonna go ahead and take care of them. Then we're gonna go take care of the lambs, check on Clarabelle. We'll give you some footage of Clarabelle. The pigs, we're gonna put some extra bedding in all there. They're eating hay. We're gonna cut some of that hay off and we'll give them some bedding in some of the barns and underneath the trees and all that kind of good stuff. So we gotta go do that. We love giving them just a little snack. And to show you it's good, we always try our cattle feed. Because if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. Same time, if it's bad for them, it's bad for us. So we always check our feeds, smell our hays. As weird as that is, we want to make sure that they're eating good quality feed. So this is a corn sweet feed non-GMO all-stock mix that we have that our sheep eat too, but we don't use it a lot. They're pure grass-fed. However, this season's been so wet, we've given them some supplemental corn mix, sweet feed, and they've enjoyed it, and it's been good for these mamas to pack on a little weight, especially as they have these babies.
There is under the stairs door. You can see we took it down when we were doing some of the sheetrock sanding because I did not want that to get in this wood. I thought that would be really hard to get off. So I need to get this put back on. So again, I can come in and sand. Okay. Lesson learned here. Done with the barn door. Sand before you hang the thing up. I would have saved myself a little bit of grief had I done that. You can see I just gave it some age look here. Some age look right up here. I should have sanded that thing before I hung it up because it would have made it a little bit easier on these edges over here trying to dodge this door. Then we've got to clean up this room over here. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to try to get some of this knocked out before all the kids get back home from cousin day. We had a hole here. Let me see if I can find it here where the sheetrock, the door had swung open to the closet, so we fixed that. Lots of things going on. Super glad to be making such progress.
We also, they have the hay bale, they eat the hay bale, but when we have it in the bale form, they can't really lay in it. So we're breaking off a little, putting it in the barn that they're eating in. See if my camera will follow me because my hands are freezing. But we're putting it in this barn over here, so that way the baby can bed with the mamas, hopefully underneath this cover, because it's supposed to start raining again, and the temperature's definitely under freezing. So I think it's going to be freezing rain and sleet, because like I told you, we're not getting this pretty white snow. We're going to be getting this junky ice. So we're trying to just bed everything up, fill up the water, make sure everything is topped off for the next few days. normally, again, we don't leave our sheep in one place, kind of like cattle and pigs, but it's been so wet, not that we're trying to sacrifice this area, but we've almost had to do a little bit more deep bedding and add hay. We never put a hay bale in for our sheep, but it's been so terribly nasty here, we can't jeopardize moving them, and really we want to make sure that they've got tons of good food, tons of good feed, and the last thing we want to do is cause issues with them. And really, even though we hate leaving them in this one spot, we've given them tons of great quality alfalfa, non-GMO all stock feed, and a great bit of dry hay. So they're great. There's nothing wrong with them. A lot of people leave them in one spot anyway. We just choose not to. But normally we would have rotated twice more since we put them here. But with Clarabelle being so young, the weather being nasty, Daisy fixing to have a baby, it's just a lot of things making us say, hey, let's just kind of hold up right now. Let's just kind of move them on their paddock, you know, give them some deep bedding, give them some hay, and not press that till maybe next week, and then we'll start moving them again. Pig time! Pig time! Alright, so we've got, I'm gonna get their feed first because they are wanting their feed more than they want that hay. So I'm gonna get their bowls cleaned and then basically check their water. Aiden turned their water on a second ago and it's running, so I'm gonna get it into the bucket too, so that way it's not making a muddy mess over here. So walk with me. I don't know if you saw that, but normally I can just put the hose over there, but it's so much water out here. When I put the hose over it, the hose touched the net, and usually again it just glides over, but I guess because of the wetness, it shocked the mess out of me. Whew, gave me a good little jolt. I'm almost sweating now. I need to take some of this off. All right, let's get their bowls. I gave them a lot of feed today. Normally I wouldn't give them that much, but again, like I've said, it's cold and miserable and wet, so we want to kind of not overfeed, but just make sure they are completely full where they can just kind of relax through this crazy weather we're having. All right, you see Misty's, you see the room is almost done downstairs, which is good. So now we got to finish upstairs. So you saw the insulation. We're going to be doing some woodwork. We're going to be putting shiplap up there and some sheetrock, of course, in some areas. And it's going to look nice when it's done. You know, for us, we're trying to get this done by the end of February, 1st of March, because for us, it really starts getting busy because of all our gardens and, of course, the animals you see. We've had, you know, calves and lambs, and now we're supposed to have piglets again by March. Our gardens really kick off. We run about 10 to 12,000 square foot garden between all the gardens we have, so it really gets busy. So we really need to get this house finished before then, and then milking will start back in March, probably March 12th or so is when she's supposed to be due. So, you know, milking coming back around, garden seasons, so we really need to get our house finished. So that's why we've been kind of doing hyper mode lately, because it's very important to get that done. All right, one more 5-gallon bucket of water for the sheep. All right, turn the well off. We're going to undo this and close this off tonight because it's supposed to get really cold. Hey, Quarantino. Well, the room's coming back together. Is that a stressful? Oh my gosh.
I've been in here since 9 o'clock this morning.
Hey, Mama, that's my book. But the girls.
So, what do you have left to do?
Finish organizing and strip that bed and clean the floors.
Awesome. Well, at least it's warm in here because it's pretty cold out there.
We forgot the closet.
What? We gotta clean the closet?
No, look up top.
Oh no, that is staying shrimpy orange.
No, it's not. When Harley moves out and her clothes get out of there, that is to be painted.
Yeah, I did. It's
Yes, it is. Y'all, you stink.
Hey! Watch it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching today. It's been a cold one. Come sit by a fire.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
She's one of those southern ladies who's gotta have makeup on and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I love this hair you've got going
I
on.
know, I even added some paint to it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Happy homesteading, y'all.